Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the third session of Chapter 8 Infrastructure. Infrastructure projects to be a overall well-being of our economy, and infrastructure being a core sector of any economy, and India being no exception to it. We also need to understand the concept of energy in terms of conventional sources and non-conventional sources of energy that is really needed in terms of developing of the economy. In this session, we are going to see some forms of energy factor that is definitely needed for the economic development of the country. In this chapter, the various concepts we are going to discuss, that is about energy. Why do we need energy? And what are the sources of energy? And we have the conventional sources and non-conventional sources of energy, and the last topic will be consumption pattern of commercial energy. So these are the various concepts in today's videos we are going to discuss. First, let us understand why do we need energy and what is energy. Is energy so important on infrastructure developmental process? Let's understand. We need energy to fuel the nation and also to move forward. In school days, we would have studied that energy means it is a capacity to do a work. So anything the nation has to move forward, we need energy. See, in today's country, of course, it is essential. We are using in various sectors like agriculture, industry, production units, and transportation of fertilizers, pesticides, and farm equipments. It is required in a households. In households, what are the various purpose we use? At households, we use it for cooking, we use it for heating and lighting purpose, the essential things. So can you think of producing a commodity or a services without using energy? No, we cannot use anything without the use of energy. So energy plays a very key role in developing process of the country. Now let us understand the sources of energy. So sources of energy, let me put it in a broad way. The sources are of two types. One is conventional sources, the another one is non-conventional sources of energy. So under the conventional sources of energy, there are two types. One is called as commercial sources of energy and the another one is called as non-commercial sources of energy. First, let us understand what is commercial sources of energy. Commercial sources of energy includes coal, petroleum and electricity. See, when you go to petrol bunk, we pay them a money and we buy 2 liters or 1 liters or according to the necessity. When we buy, we pay them a money. And electricity, the electricity bill, we pay money and we get the electricity as well as the coal. So we buy it and we take. So any resources, any energy which are bought and sold, they are called as a commercial sources of energy. So generally they are exhaustible in nature. Exhaustible means gets over. When we use it for a one time, it gets over. Such sources are called as a exhaustible. or also we can call it as a non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources means we cannot renew it again and again. Once if we use, it gets over. For example, petrol, you are using a petrol, you bought 1 liter of petrol, you move to some places. After returning back, whether the petrol remains same in your bike? No, it's not going to remain same in a bike. It's going to get over. That is what it is called as a exhaustible in nature. So the commercial sources of energy, they are exhaustible nature, or it is a non-renewable resources. So commercial sources means as they are bought and sold. Such sources are called as a commercial sources of energy. And the next, in the conventional sources, we have two types. In the conventional sources, I told you, one is commercial sources of energy, another one is non-commercial sources of energy. So non-commercial sources of energy, we are going to get it from the nature, or found in the forest. Such resources are firewood, agricultural waste and dry dung. So here firewood we get it from the forest, and agricultural waste means like crop residues, after the bagasse and crop residues, the various crops after drying it, that we are going to use it, and also the dry dung. So these are all the non-commercial sources of energy as we found in nature and the forest. So it is a non-commercial sources of energy, and combining together commercial sources and non-commercial sources of energy, both are called as a conventional sources of energy. The another part, let us move towards the another important sources of energy. In the recent time it is very popular, so which is called as non-conventional sources of energy. So non-conventional sources of energy includes solar energy, wind energy and tidal energy. You can see here the tidal power. So when the wind is blown, the energy will be generated, and by using the solar means when the sun rays are passing, so generating the power out of the sun rays is called as a solar energy. And the tidal power from the water, from the tides, waves, when it comes, generating the power from the tidal sources. Our country being a tropical country, tropical means our country is blessed with a tropical nation. Almost it is unlimited potential for producing all these three types of energy, tidal, solar and the wind power. We can get all these three sources of energy if some appropriate, it has cost effective technologies that are already available or used, and even it is very cheaper. Cheaper means the cost will be less and can be developed also. Even cheaper technologies can be developed. See, in our country many projects are coming from tidal, solar and wind power. Also our government is approving that, because the technology also we can develop in our country. At the same time the cost also will be cheaper. It can be useful, and also our country can develop when we are focusing on the non-conventional sources of energy. Next we can understand this energy, the consumption pattern of commercial energy in India. So in our country, this commercial, how this commercial energy, already I told you in the energy, the sources of energy, we have conventional sources and non-conventional sources. In the conventional sources we have a commercial sources, the another one is non-commercial sources. Now we are going to understand the commercial sources of energy, the consumption pattern in our country. Consumption means each and everybody how much they are using. See, in India the commercial energy has been accounted for nearly 74% in a country, and in this the household, how much they are depending on the traditional sources, means the 60% of the households are depending on the traditional sources. That means our Prime Minister under the Ujjwal scheme. So the Prime Minister has been introduced that each and every household should have the electricity, the light facilities. So, and traditional sources, nearly 60% of the households still they are depending on the traditional sources. And the commercial pattern, nearly 74% of the commercial energy in India, and in that how much is power generated from the coal means 54% of the energy generated from the coal, charcoal, and 30 remaining followed by 32% energy have been generated from the oil, and 10% have been generated from the natural gas, and 2% from the hydro power. And with non-commercial sources, nearly 26%, that is non-commercial sources are like firewood, cow dung, agricultural waste. From these sources, 26% of energy is generated in a country. And along with that, not only this is not enough and sufficient in our country, also we are importing the energy. We are depending on the crude oil, and we are importing from the Middle East countries. Middle East countries means like UAE, Iran, Saudi Arabic. These are the countries we are depending for the crude oil in our country, and we are importing, and it's growing rapidly in the near future. So, not only that, the sectoral pattern of the consumption of commercial energy, let us understand with the help of a table. So, how we were using this energy pattern consumption in our households. In the earlier time, that is in the year 53, that is before 70 years, which was the largest consumer of commercial energy means it was transport. So, transport sector was using nearly 44% of the energy, and now you can observe that the share have been fallen continuously in the transport sector, that is from 44% to recently, that is 2014 and 15. According to that data, the energy have been reduced in the transportation sector to just 2%. However, there has been a continuous fall in this shares. And if you look at the household sector, it is continuously increasing from 1953, that is from the 70 years back. From that time till now, if you look at the data, from 10% to 23%. And in which area household, agriculture and industrial sector have been increasing in the recent days. You can observe the agriculture sector from 1, 3, 8, and now it is 18. Among this, which is the highest sector which is increasing in the recent days means industrial sector, from 40, 50, 45 to 44. Now these sectors have been increasing, and among this the oil and the gas is the highest among all commercial energy. With the rapid rate of economic growth, there has been a corresponding increase in the use of energy. So, by the end of this session, let me conclude. So, here the technologies we can develop with the non-conventional sources of energy when it is encouraged, when we appreciate more in our number, because our country is blessed with the tropical climate. We can get the wind energy, we can get the solar energy, we can get the tidal power. All three are available, and the cost also will be lesser, and there is a more importing of crude oils, the petroleum products from the Middle East countries. So we have to concentrate on the alternative sources, so that in the future it is very, very important. And being an energy sector needs a lot of focus from the government side. And thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, you can clarify, and you can leave a comments, and do watch the video and don't neglect. Thank you for watching. I hope this session will be helpful and educative and informative. Thank you for watching.